The 10 largest production builders in America now control roughly 45% of all new home construction. The median price of a newly built home in 2026 is $462,800, and 66% of new construction buyers report some form of regret after closing. Not disappointment. Regret. This is not a few bad builders. This is the system. A machine designed to take the maximum amount of money from your family while delivering the minimum amount of house the law allows. And the law allows very little. This is what is actually inside a new American home in 2026. What changed? Who benefited? And what to do about it? Everything here is based on published industry data and publicly documented construction practices. This is your starting point, not a legal consultation. What the house is actually made of. Start with the frame. Everything else hangs off it. A 2x4 stud in a new home today is not actually 2 inches by 4 inches. It measures 1.5 by 3.5, about 30% less wood than the name suggests. Sawmills figured out they could cut more boards from every log. More product, more margin. The wood shrank. The price did not. What this means, the skeleton of your new home has about 30% less structural material in it than the same house built 50 years ago. You are paying more per square foot for less. Then there is the sheeting, the boards that cover the outside of the frame before anything else goes on. For decades, that was plywood. Real wood layers glued together. Strong, stable, handled moisture well. Starting in the 1990s, the industry switched to something cheaper. It is called Oriented Strand Board, or OSB. Wood chips and glue pressed into sheets. It saves the builder about $700 on a full house. $700 on a $462,000 home. Here is what that saves the builder and costs you. OSB absorbs water and swells. Unlike plywood, it does not return to its original shape. Subfloors start to buckle. Roofs go wavy. After Hurricane Andrew tore through Florida, Miami-Dade County banned OSB for roof sheeting entirely because of what happened when it met real weather. The rest of the country kept using it because the margins were too good to stop. Builder grade. What those two words actually mean. Every major component in a production home has a builder grade version. This sounds like a technical category. It is not. It means the cheapest version of that product that still passes minimum code. That is it. The cabinets look solid. Open them. They are compressed wood dust covered in a plastic film so thin you can dent it with a fingernail. Moisture, which is in every kitchen, every day, causes the material to swell, the coating to peel, and the screws to strip out because there is nothing solid to grip. Expected lifespan before things start falling apart. 10 to 15 years. The flooring looks like hardwood. It is vinyl plank, waterproof and scratch resistant, which sounds great until you realize it cannot be refinished when it wears out. When it does, you rip the whole floor out and start again. Real hardwood can be sanded and refinished multiple times across decades. The builder chose the cheaper option on 3,000 square feet of flooring. That difference is tens of thousands of dollars of margin in their pocket, not yours. The taps and fixtures carry the same brand name as premium products. They are not the same product. Major brands make separate lines for builders, thinner materials, fewer internal parts, shorter life. You see the logo and your brain fills in the quality. That is the strategy. That is the whole strategy. The windows are standard sizes, often poorly fitted, with sealed glass units that fog up when the seal fails. That happens at around 10 to 12 years. Each window costs roughly $400 to replace. A house with 20 windows is carrying an $8,000 bill with a 10-year fuse. What this means, none of these components were chosen for how long they will last. They were chosen for how well they photograph on move-in day and how cheaply they could be installed before you took possession. The model home is not your home. Before you sign anything, you tour the model. The model is not the house you are buying, that waterfall island, the designer lighting, the tiled shower with frameless glass. Industry reports consistently show that model homes carry between $50,000 and $100,000 in upgrades above the base package. The base package, the house you are actually getting, looks almost nothing like what you walk through. The sales team knows this. The interior designer who staged that model was hired specifically to make you feel a certain way before you start asking questions. The furniture is scaled down slightly to make the rooms feel bigger than they are. The scented candle in the bathroom is not an accident. Every detail in that model exists to move you from a rational decision about a construction product to an emotional decision about a life you want. Then comes the design center. Hundreds of tile samples, cabinet finishes, countertop options, a consultant walking you through every room. The builder-grade default has been made to look deliberately disappointing so that every upgrade feels like rescue. You are not spending more. You are saving your home from mediocrity. That framing is engineered. And the markup is real. Builder upgrades typically run 50 to 100% above what you would pay a contractor after closing. The flooring you buy through the builder routinely costs about double what the same product costs installed independently. But it rolls into your mortgage. The pain is invisible, and they keep you moving forward by warning you that anything done after closing will not be covered by the warranty. What this means: the only upgrades genuinely worth buying through the builder are ones you physically cannot add later. Structural changes to the floor plan, ceiling height increases, electrical pre-wiring inside walls, plumbing rough-ins, everything cosmetic, floors, countertops, cabinets, fixtures, is cheaper done after you have the keys. The warranty that protects the builder. Every new construction home comes with a warranty. 1 year on workmanship, 2 years on mechanical systems, 10 years on structural defects. It sounds like protection. Read the small print. The 1-year workmanship window closes right around the time nail pops start showing up in the drywall, a predictable result of timber drying out in a climate-controlled home. The 2-year mechanical window closes before the HVAC system, often undersized for the square footage it is supposed to serve, starts showing the strain of working harder than it was designed to. The 10-year structural warranty is administered by a third-party company, a company the builder chose, a company the builder funds. The company whose job is to deny your claim has a financial relationship with the company that caused the problem. What this means: each warranty window expires at precisely the point when that category of problem tends to become visible. The timelines are not customer protection. They are liability management. Who is actually building your house? The construction industry lost over 600,000 workers after the 2008 crash. Most never came back. 93% of construction firms currently report struggling to fill positions. So who is framing your house? Subcontractors. Stretched across multiple projects at once. Working under schedule pressure from a general contractor who is under schedule pressure from the builder, who is under pressure from a construction loan accruing interest every single day the project runs. Speed is not a preference. It is a financial imperative. The municipal code inspector, the last official check between you and whatever is behind those walls, may spend 15 minutes in a house that took 4 months to build. In some jurisdictions, one inspector covers hundreds of active sites. They are checking whether the house meets minimum code. They are not checking whether it will last 30 years. Independent inspectors working in new construction report that brand new homes now fail their checks at nearly the same rate as 30-year-old resales. Let that sit for a second. The maths nobody does at the closing table. Here is the calculation the entire buying process is designed to stop you doing. Take the advertised price, add the lot premium, add the design center upgrades, add closing costs, then add the cost of replacing every builder-grade component at its expected end of life within the first 15 years. The cabinets, the flooring, the taps, the windows, the HVAC system running harder than it should because it was specified for a smaller house, the roof sheeting that swelled at the edges in the first wet season. That number is the real price of the house, not the number on the sign outside the model. What this means: the 30-year mortgage was supposed to be the timeline for paying off your home. For a lot of buyers signing right now, it has become the expiration date. They will spend 3 decades paying for a house that needs a new roof at year 15, new windows at year 12, and a foundation repair no warranty will cover because the claim window closed before the crack appeared. What you can actually do about it: before you tour the model, request the base specification sheet in writing. Every material, every brand, every product line number. If the sales office cannot give you this before you tour, you have your answer about how transparent this builder will be for the next 30 years. The model is marketing. The spec sheet is the truth. Price the upgrades independently before you sit in the design center. Call a local flooring contractor, a cabinet maker, a countertop supplier. Get actual quotes, then walk into that room knowing exactly what the builder markup is on every item. Buy structural upgrades only, the changes that cannot be made after closing. Leave everything else for later when you control the price and the contractor. Hire your own independent inspector during framing, before the drywall goes up. This is the most important step in any new construction purchase. Once the walls close, you will never see what is inside them. And what is inside them? The insulation, the sheeting edges, the flashing around windows, the plumbing joints, matters more than every finish you chose in the design center. A builder who refuses an independent inspection during construction is telling you what they do not want you to find. Look up the warranty administrator separately. The company name will be in your contract. Search it. Read the reviews. If there is a consistent pattern of claim denials, the warranty you are relying on is a piece of paper with a reassuring number on it. And seriously, consider the alternative. A well-maintained home from the 1960s or 1970s was not built to impress a buyer for 20 minutes. It was built to stand. In many markets right now, a renovated older home with real bones costs the same or less than a new production build wrapped in vinyl plank and quartz laminate. Final thoughts. The U.S. housing supply gap hit an estimated 4.5 million homes in 2026. The demand is real. The shortage is real. The pressure on buyers is real, and the production building industry is feeding that pressure with homes priced at $462,800 and built to the minimum standard the code will accept. The buyers signing at the closing table are not making bad decisions because they are careless. They are making them because the entire process, the model, the design center, the warranty timeline, the inspector, has been designed to keep the real information out of the room until after the contract is signed. That is what technically legal looks like when it is perfected into a system. The spec sheet, the independent inspector, the upgrade pricing research, the warranty administrator check. These are the tools that close the information gap before you close on the house. Now you have them.